Imagine if everything in your life had a true meaning. Do something every day that is really important to you, and enjoy your life without any unnecessary tension. How good would it feel, right? But the truth is that most people are so entangled in useless things that they do not even know what the really important things are. Days go by, but nothing comes to hand. If you find it difficult to focus on the right things, then focus on what matter is for you. This is not a heavy theoretical book, but a practical guide that will teach you how to choose the right things and work on them. We will talk about how to put aside useless things and focus on your real goals, how to increase self-confidence, and how to do something that really matters every day. If you also want to have a strong result of hard work every day in your life, then listen to this audiobook because life is short, and now is the time to put it on the right things. So, let's start. Chapter 1. Why can't you focus? You pick up the phone every morning, right? Sometimes WhatsApp, sometimes Instagram, sometimes YouTube. I thought you would do something productive as soon as you get up in the morning, but you fly away in 30 minutes scrolling. Then guilt comes to mind. Man, I wasted my time today too. But the same story the next day. How long will this cycle go on? Actually, you don't even know where your mind is running. Everything distracts you. Sometimes notifications, sometimes talking to friends, sometimes random, some old memory. And the biggest problem is that you don't even feel that all this is ruining your focus. Think about it. When you were a kid, how did you spend hours on the same thing without any trouble? But now when you sit down to focus on a job, you get bored after 5 minutes. The reason for this is simple. Your mind is used to multitasking. You need a new thing every second, and this is the problem. To focus, you have to retrain your mind. First of all, understand what you are paying more attention to. Are you really focusing on the things that are important to you? Or are you just doing what is easy? Until you don't realize this, you won't be able to change anything. Now, try an experiment. Today, note all day where your mind is running. Whenever there's a distraction, write it down. And see at night how much time was it in the right place and how much was wasted. Maybe you will realize for yourself where the real focus problem is. Chapter 2. The world is trying to steal your focus. Have you ever noticed that you come to work on your phone and then after half an hour you realize that you were looking at something else? Like you just came to see the time but opened Instagram. Then you saw a meme, then reels, then a video, then comments. And when you came to your senses, 40 minutes had gone by. This is not just happening to you. It is happening to the whole world. Nowadays, every company, every app, every social media platform just wants you to focus on them as much as possible. You think you're using your phone, but the truth is that the phone is using you. Why are you still watching Netflix? Because they know that you are binge watching. Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook's algorithm has been made so that you are always shown something new, something exciting, so that you keep going. You may think that this is not a big deal, but in fact, this is the biggest problem. If you are spending 2-3 hours every day on useless things, then think about how much time is being wasted throughout the year. And this is the time when you could have made your life better. So now the question is how to get out of this. First of all, you have to accept that the world is stealing your focus. Until you do this in real life, nothing will change. Next time, whenever you waste time on social media, ask yourself, did I really want to do this? Or did the algorithm just trap me in this? If you really want a change in your life, then you have to reclaim your focus. And this is not easy, but it is not impossible either. By now you must have understood why your focus is getting weaker and how the world is stealing it. But now the real question is how to get it back. Because just knowing the problem will not do anything. You need a solution too. First of all, don't start your day with your phone. Yes, this is difficult. But if you start looking at the screen as soon as you wake up in the morning, then your mind will be scattered all day. Try to do anything at least 30 minutes without a phone. Go for a walk, drink water, talk to your family. Just stay away from the screen. The second way is to do deep work. I mean, whenever you do something important, do it carefully. Don't look at the phone in between. Don't open tabs again and again, and keep yourself away from distraction. It will seem difficult at first, but gradually it will become a habit. The third way is to improve your environment. If your room is such that there are distractions everywhere, TV, phone, video game, then it will be difficult to focus. Make your surroundings such that it is easy to concentrate. And most importantly, set your priorities. Ask yourself every day what is the most important thing for you, and then focus on it. The more you clear your priorities, the easier it will be to avoid destruction. Focus is not a superpower. It is a skill that can be strengthened by practice. If you really want to make your life better, then start working on focus right now. Because the real success is to focus on the things that really matter. Have you ever felt that you want to do a lot of things, but you can't. Like you want to get up early in the morning and work out, but when the alarm goes off, you turn it off and go to sleep. You want to focus on your studies or work, but within 5 minutes, you feel like doing something else. Why does this happen? Because your mind is completely scattered. It does not know what to do. The real problem is not that you are lazy. The problem is that you do not have clarity in your mind. Until you clearly know what you have to do and why you have to do it, you will be stuck in distractions. Think. When you set out on the journey, you first decide the destination. Then you can find the way. But if you don't know where to go, then you are bound to get lost. To put your mind in the right direction, first ask yourself this question: what do you want? And this is not just a philosophical question, but a simple question. Do you really want fitness? Or are you just motivated by seeing fit people on Instagram? Do you really want a good job? Or are you trying at the behest of your family and society? Until you have clarity on your goals, your mind will wander again and again. Now the question is, where do you get clarity from? The easiest way to do this is to slow down your mind. All day your mind is so busy with so many things that it does not get a chance to think. Sometimes notifications, sometimes social media, sometimes talking to friends. Every second something or the other is going on. If you really want to achieve something in your life, then give your mind a chance to stop. Sit alone for a while without a phone, without any distraction, and think what you really want. Once you get clarity, your mind will start working in the right direction on its own. Then you will not have to look for motivation forcibly, because energy will come from within you. And when this happens, then your focus will become much stronger than before. Have you ever thought how some people achieve success so quickly, while others struggle for years? The answer to this is not in any big strategy, but is hidden in small decisions. The only difference is that successful people make small right decisions every day, while others make small wrong decisions. Suppose you want to learn a new skill. You have two options. Either you keep learning little by little every day, or you keep procrastinating and think that someday I will do a lot together. If you walk on the first road, you will become a master in a year. If you walk on the second road, you will be standing where you are today after a year. This is the difference of small decisions. The real problem is that whenever we make a decision, we do not see its effect immediately. Suppose you made a plan to go to the gym today, but became lazy, and you thought that no problem. I will definitely go from tomorrow. Missing a day does not seem like a big deal, but when this thought comes every day, months go by, and you stay where you are. Learn to make small, right decisions. Whenever you do something, ask yourself, is this decision taking me closer to my goal, or is it taking me away? If you just focus on getting 1% better every day, you will become 37 times better in a year. But if you move 1% back every day, you will slowly, completely separate. So don't think about making big changes. Just keep making small, right decisions. This is the real success formula. Chapter 6. What to do when you lose motivation. How many times have you thought that you will start working hard from tomorrow and then repeat the same old story the next morning? This is the problem of depending on motivation. When there is enthusiasm, everything seems easy. But as soon as the motivation decreases, everything seems difficult. Actually, motivation is necessary to start any work, but nothing can be achieved just by relying on motivation. Think about it. If a cricketer practices only when he is motivated, will he ever be able to play well? If a businessman works only when he wants to, will he ever be successful? Successful people do not work with motivation, but with discipline. Now the question is, what to do when the motivation decreases? First of all, understand that motivation never stops. It comes and goes like waves. But if you make any work your daily habit, then you will not need motivation. Just like you brush every day without thinking, similarly, if your hard work also becomes a habit, then motivation does not matter. Secondly, give yourself accountability. If you're trying to do something alone, there are chances that you will give up soon. But if you tell someone what you're doing, then you will have a sense of responsibility. This is why gym partners or study groups are so effective. Because when someone else is watching you, you start working harder. And the most important thing is to set small goals. If your goal is too big, then motivation will end soon. But if you divide it into small parts, then every small victory will give you the strength to move forward. So, do not rely on motivation. When motivation leaves you, then adopt discipline. This is the real secret to success in anything. Sometimes it seems that there is a lot of noise in the brain. So many things are going around in the brain from all sides that it becomes difficult to focus on one thing. Sometimes the tension of work, sometimes the confusion of relationships, sometimes the worry of money, and sometimes the restlessness without any reason. You are running around all day, but when you go to sleep at night, your mind is not at peace. You don't even know when you wake up in the morning while thinking. In fact, our mind has become like a constantly running machine, which has no way to shut down. The biggest reason for this is that we never sit alone with ourselves and think about what we really want. We are just running without thinking about what this race is for. Until there is clarity in the brain, this noise will not end. To find peace, first learn to give yourself time. Every day, sit alone for at least 10 to 15 minutes without a phone, without any distraction. The first few days will feel strange and restless, but gradually you will get used to it. The calmer your mind, the better you will be able to think. When the mind is calm, only then will you be able to focus on the right things. There is no need to run after everything. Some things themselves get better at the right time. If you try to control everything forcibly, your mind will get even more tired. So give yourself a little break. Listen to your inner voice and think calmly about what is really important and what is not. When your mind is calm, only then will you be able to make the right decisions and be able to focus on the right things. Have you ever noticed that when you spend time with a positive person, you also get energy? But when you are with a negative person, everything starts to feel heavy. The reason for this is very simple. The people we live with affect our mind and our life a lot. If there are people around you who always complain, who only focus on problems, then gradually your mind will also start thinking the same way. No matter how positive you try to keep yourself, but if the environment around you is negative every day, then your energy will gradually run out. Conversely, if you are with people who are also trying to move forward, who motivate you, who think of finding a solution to every problem, then your mind will also start working in the same direction. That is why it is very important to be with the right people. Now the question is, where will you find the right people? The answer to this is that when you move forward in the right direction, then such people will start meeting you. Whatever you focus on, that'll come into your life. If you focus on good things, then good people will automatically come into your life. So, if you really want to make your life better, then first of all, look at the people around you. If they are not helping you move forward, then it is possible that they are pulling you back. Being with the right environment and the right people can make your focus stronger. Sometimes we know that something is not good for us, but still we cannot leave it. Like staying up late at night, wasting hours on social media, avoiding healthy food and eating junk food, or worrying about unnecessary things. We know that all this is harming our life, but still, we keep repeating it again and again. In fact, the biggest strength of bad habits is that they gradually become a part of our life. In the beginning, it seems that I am doing it just once, but gradually it becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it becomes very difficult to leave it. The first way to get rid of bad habits is to recognize them. Until you realize what is ruining your life, you will not be able to change it. So, every day pay attention to what habits are pulling you back. The second thing is that whenever you try to leave a bad habit, put a good habit in its place. If you only think of leaving, you will feel empty, and after a few days, start doing it again. But if you bring a good thing in its place, then gradually the bad habit will end itself. And the most important thing is to be patient. No habit changes in a day. If you have a bad habit for years, it will take a little time to change it. But if you keep going in the right direction, then one day you will definitely win it. It is difficult to leave bad habits, but not impossible. You just have to decide whether you really want to make your life better, or it will continue like this. If you really want to increase your focus, then you will have to say goodbye to bad habits. Everyone has 24 hours a day, but some people do big things at the same time, and some people feel that time is never complete. Why does this happen? The biggest reason for this is that most of us do not even think where our time is going. If you look at the routine from waking up in the morning to sleeping at night, then most of the time is spent on things that have no meaning at all. Scrolling on social media, thinking of useless things, worrying about something for no reason, all of this slowly kills our time. And we do not even realize it. Using time correctly does not mean that you should keep working all the time. It means that whatever you do, do it with full focus. If you are working, then immerse yourself completely in it. And if you are resting, then enjoy it completely. The problem comes when we do not stay completely in anything. While working, the mind is on social media. And when we sit to relax, the mind is busy worrying about work. Because of this, neither can we work properly, nor can we rest properly. To use time correctly, it is important to understand which things really matter in our life and which things are just wasting our time. Whenever the day is over, think once about what you did in the day that was really important and what you did just to waste time. When you start understanding this, you will start avoiding useless things and start using your time correctly. Chapter 11. How to Stay Strong in a Difficult Time. In life, everyone gets to see a time when everything seems to be complicated. It seems as if nothing is going right, and slowly the courage starts to break. In such a time, it is most important to take care of yourself, because when we are not able to take care of ourselves, then other things also start to slip out of our hands. In a difficult time, it is important to understand that it is not permanent. No problem is permanent. Whenever there is a difficulty, it comes to teach us something. But often we get so entangled in the problem that we do not even think about what it is teaching us. If we start looking at every difficulty as a lesson, then it becomes easier to get out of it. When the situation is difficult, we often start thinking that our problem is the biggest. But if we look back a little, we understand that everyone in the world is going through some or the other problem. This makes us realize that we are not alone. And if other people can fight their problems and move forward, then we can also do it. The most important thing is to learn to keep yourself positive, even in difficult times. If you accept that you cannot do anything, then you really will not be able to do anything. But if you decide to be strong in every situation, then the situation will start to change gradually. Difficulties will always be there, but the stronger you become, the sooner you will be able to get out of them. There are many things in our life, but not everything is so important. The problem is that many times we start paying more attention to things that do not have any special meaning in our life and ignore what is really important. Until we understand what is most important in our life, we will be entangled in useless things and will not be able to focus on real things. First of all, it is important to understand that everyone's priorities are different. What is important for someone else cannot be as important for you. Therefore, do not consider anything important, because other people consider it important. Ask yourself, what is most important in your life? Your career, your relationships, your health, your self-development. Until this is clear, you will not be able to give priority to the right things. Often we get so stuck in small things that there is no time left for big things. I couldn't sleep that night. The air was too still, and the moonlight kept sliding through the blinds like it was trying to tell me something. So I got up, padded barefoot into the kitchen, and poured a glass of water. No reason, just something to do. Whispering, that's when I heard it. Barely there. A creak, a floorboard, like someone shifting their weight in the next room. I stood completely still, held my breath. Soft exhale. Nothing. Normal. I told myself it was the house settling, old wood, old nails, old ghosts, maybe. I turned back toward the hallway, singing softly, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird." I hadn't heard that lullaby in years, and I wasn't singing it. It was coming from the baby monitor. The baby monitor that wasn't plugged in. Clears throat. Yeah. That's when I grabbed my keys, laughed nervously. Nope, not sticking around for haunted karaoke night. Sighs. I wish I could say that was the last weird thing that ever happened in that house. Humming distant. Hmm. But some nights I still hear that voice, and I'm not sure it ever stopped.